Hello everyone, this is your friend Shripal Gandhi, and I am back again. How are you all doing today? Oh, did I hear? Are you asking me how am I doing? I am on top of the world. What are we going to do today? Today we are going to discuss something very different concept. We are going to discuss about success. Success, isn't it one of the biggest driving force in our life? Success gets the best out of us. Success makes us believe we are much more capable, and success feeds our dreams. When I was just like you, I had my own definition of success. In 10th standard, my definition was only to top the class, to top the school where I studied. Then I went and studied further in 11th and 12th. In 11th and 12th, when I studied, I was figuring out what I want to do with my life, what I want to study. And that's when I came across my cousin, and he used to fascinate me, what he used to discuss, the concepts. He used to do chemical engineering, my cousin Sachin Bhaiya. He always amazed me. And that day I decided that now I also want to do chemical engineering. So I asked Sachin Bhaiya, which is the best college to study chemical engineering? So he said, there is a college which is ranked better than IITs. It's called UDCT. It's the Asia's #1 chemical engineering college. And that became my focus. I said, if I get into UDCT, which nowadays called as ICT, I would be successful. And that was my definition of success. Definition of success can change from person to person. So let me tell you another very interesting and a heroic example. Of this year, in fact 2020, a friend of ours, her name is Rutuja Amle. She did her 10th from a small town which has a population of only 40,000, a place near Pune called as Junnar. No family background of education. Again, another thing was no tuitions, and over and above that, every single day she has to take bus to go to her school. She has to go to the Junnar bus station, from there take a bus and go to her school, which is 10 kilometers away from her residence. Every single day, back and forth, she had to do this. Her result just came out. Do you know how much she scored? She scored 99.6% in 10th standard from a place called as Junnar. That is her definition of success. My dear friends, what is your definition of success? It can be about studies, it can be about health, it can be about wealth, it can be about the position and the career you want to have. It can be about anything. And don't you think success, when we say, I want to do this, I want to become that, what are these? These are goals. What are goals? Goals are nothing but desires. So I want to ask you one very interesting question. Now imagine, okay, are you with me? Imagine a magic wand is something which you have in your hand, and another Jenny comes to you and Jenny says, okay, your wish is my command. And now tell me, what is the success you want to have? What is the goal you want to have? What is the desire you want to have? Please take few seconds and write down what is that desire you have, which means you have all the power in the world to make it happen. What would that be? Please take few seconds and write it down. Yeah? Written? Excellent. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Now imagine all the desires. If they start coming in reality, what will happen? Let's look at few examples. Who is your favorite actor? Hrithik Roshan? Varun Dhawan? Or the new age guys? Whoever is your favorite actor, now imagine you want to have them or you want to go on a date with them. What will happen? Or let's say, who is your favorite or hottest actress these days? Alia Bhatt, Deepika Padukone, Priyanka Chopra. Now you again want to go and have a date with them. What will happen? Desire, right? You said. You have all the power in the world to make things happen. And now, how would things be? Wouldn't it be chaos? Let's take few more examples. You desire that you want to top the class, but you have never scored more than 50% or 60%. What will happen? Without studying, if you start topping the class, what will happen? You want to have six packs, solid body, but you don't want to go to gym. Just a desire. What will happen? What if God passes one law and says, in life you don't get what you desire? Huh? Why? Listen to me very carefully. You are working in a company and you feel all of a sudden you may lose your jobs. Lot of restructuring is happening because of COVID right now. Or if you are into business, you are running a business and now you feel that because of whatever circumstances are there this year, I may have huge losses and I may have to shut down my work. Possible? What if you love somebody? That's a very close relationship with you, but sometimes you get this fear, you have this thought that what if I lose them? I won't get that the kind of importance I am getting right now. Or sometimes you feel that you may lose certain relationships because of some slight misunderstandings. Possible, right? If you are traveling by air, you are going in full steam, you are traveling in Boeing 737, and now at 700-800 kilometers per hour, all of a sudden, the entire aircraft start going up and down like this because of the bumpy air pockets. What going on? What will be your thought? Would you think that, oh my God, now what will happen to me? Maybe it's what happened in Malaysia or what happened in Kerala recently. The aeroplane may crash and I may die. Sometime this has happened with me. I am catching a flight and as sometime I am little late and I start running towards the gate and I feel I will almost miss the flight. What if that desire starts coming true? Or this has happened again with me many times. When I am coming back from Mumbai to Pune on the express highway, I am in my car driving, and as I am driving at full steam, I see in my rear mirror a car approaching me and I am trying to slow down and the car is not slowing down. The car is continuously at full steam coming towards me and there is a sound of tire gripping the pavement. And I am feeling I am almost gone. On one side I have this thought, on another side I have this thought, maybe he has insurance. What if all our desire starts coming true? You are carrying a lot of cash. What is the thought which is going to come in your head? What if some gundas come और मेरे को उठा के लेके जाएंगे और they will take up and steal away all my cash? Possible, right? Or you are going in a fun fair or a circus and in that park, in that adventure park, you have a giant wheel. You are sitting in the giant wheel and as the giant wheel starts to move, you are almost like, what if the main rod which is holding everything together, what if it breaks down? What will happen to my life? Duck, 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 right? And then you feel, maybe you remember that Madhuri Dixit Sawan? Dak dak karne laga. Wouldn't it come in your head? Very interesting question. If all the desires we have starts coming true, there will be tremendous chaos and it will be very difficult to manage. So what does universe does? Existence has its own ways. But before that, I want to share something very interesting with you. What if all desire starts coming true again? Remember, let's say you go into college. Now you are in college and as every day you are going to college, you are trying to look good. You are going on a bike with all the styles and charisma you want to show. And you like somebody. You approach and you say, I really enjoy spending time with you. And what if she says, oh, me too? If she says, me too, you are so excited. And then you say something else. You say, don't you think what we have is more than just a friendship? Big eyes, jaw swollen. You are shivering. And you are like, oh my God, what did I do? Shit. What did you say? Shit. What if this starts coming true? It will be real chaotic. Now there are only two options, right? Either she says yes, which means life is jingalala, or she says no and gives you fatak. Only two options. But if you say shit, what will happen if all the desires starts coming true? Very interesting question to answer and think about it. And because existence, universe, creator loves us and he wants us to achieve all our dreams and goals, and he wants our desires to come true, right one? So he made a beautiful law. He says, in life you don't get what you desire. In life you don't get what you desire, but you do get what you deserve. In life you don't get what you desire, but you do get what you deserve. Now, what is the bridge in between? How do I deserve what I desire? I want to achieve this, I want to do that, I want to get that. But how do I deserve all of this? Provided I put in requisite efforts. What is the secret formula? Have you heard about that story? Alibaba and Charlie's Chor? बचपन में सुना रहेगा ना? You might have heard that. And what is the famous dialogue in that? What does it say? Whenever he wants to do something magical, what does it say? Khul ja sim sim. And then all of a sudden everything opens up. You want to know what is the khul ja sim sim? What is that formula? What is that mantra of success? What is this? This is basically success, right? Desires, deservingness. The bridge. What is the bridge in between? That is the formula we are going to discuss today. Do you want to all know? Let's do it. So what are those four pillars which are the bridge in between desire and deservingness? Because you know what life says? In life you don't get what you desire. You get what you deserve. Do you want to know the first pillar? Okay. The first pillar is efforts. What do you mean by that? Efforts? Do you really think anything is possible in life without taking efforts? Absolutely no. From the time you get up, then you brush your teeth, then you come to school, then you study, then you play, then you have fun. All of this is possible only if you take efforts. Is anything possible without taking efforts? Like you want to have a solid body, right? Abhi corona ka time hai, you want to increase your immunity, and you want to go and take up a membership. You want to build solid body. But you don't want to go to gym, you don't want to work out. You tell your friend, एक काम कर यार, मैंने जिम का मेंबरशिप लिया है, can you go and work out for me? I want to have a solid body. Possible है? No, right? You need to take efforts. Another thing I want to share with you, that it is not only about exercise, it is also about success. You want to have success, so you need to take efforts. You can't expect somebody else to take efforts and you enjoy the success and get the success. This is not possible in life. If you want to have fun, you want to go to movie, you want to party, you want to go for picnic, can you send somebody कि थोड़ा मजा करके आया यार मेरे लिए? Possible है? नहीं है. You need to put in the requisite efforts. Very, very important thing. But let me ask you, we all put in efforts, right? You want to impress somebody. Now, I leave it to you whom you want to impress, to your imagination, on Facebook or today's world, Instagram, right? You want to impress somebody and you want to write a nice cute post. Wouldn't you take efforts? Even that requires efforts. You know, they say even to think about an example of efforts require efforts. And effortlessness is possible only with effort. I repeat, effortlessness is also possible only with efforts. Such is the importance of efforts, one of the most foundational pillar between desire and deservingness. But who takes efforts? Even donkeys take efforts. Are they respected? No. Are they self-motivated? No. Unless you are self-motivated, efforts has no meaning. So what are the examples of this? Self-motivated efforts. Your favorite friend is coming in the morning at 5 a.m. and you want to go to railway station to pick him up. Do you really need an alarm? You will get up in the morning and go and pick him up. You want to go and watch your favorite movie. Do you need somebody to force you? You want to study the favorite subject of yours. It comes from within. Unlike you are being forced to study a specific subject or a topic. You want to go for a picnic. That's the self-drive. But you want to go for a picnic, but you don't get the company of your friend. Would you enjoy that picnic? If you are self-driven, self-motivated, you will do on your own. You don't need an external stimuli. Otherwise, you continuously need pep talks, motivation talks, lectures to be motivated. But if you are self-driven, we say, are you a self-starter or a kick-starter? पुराने ज़माने में there used to be a scooter, do you know? And if the scooter is not starting, boom, 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 then what do? It just tilt it like this. And when you tilt it like this and again kick it, then it starts. But in new age, all the bikes, most of the bikes are button starts. In fact, all the new age electric vehicles are a button start. Just gently press the button and the bike starts. Are you a button starter or a kickstarter? Very, very important question, my dear friend. Have you seen a small child learning to walk? I have a 3.5-year-old daughter, and it amazes me the way kids grow up and the way they pick up things. So, if you see a child learning to walk, do they need to be told how to walk? Okay, sit properly, back straight, hold your hand straight. No, right? They learn to walk on their own because they are self-driven. Have you seen a caterpillar becoming a butterfly? And what is the process? Do they need to be forced? Does a caterpillar need to be forced to become a butterfly? No, right? It's self-driven. It is self-motivated. It wants to unleash its own potential. So he keeps on taking efforts after efforts, and one day that caterpillar becomes a beautiful butterfly and flips his wings and flies high. Self-motivations, self-drive, very, very important thing in life. If I talk about students, there are three kinds of students. One category of students will produce results, or they will do lesser than the expectation of a teacher. The other category of students is they will do what teacher has told them. And then there is a third category, which is a champion category. These are the students, they will always put in extra efforts than what it is expected from teachers. The proof of self-drive, the proof of self-motivation? The proof of self-motivation is you do more than what is expected. You do more than what is expected. The proof of self-drive is you surpass the expectation in everything what you do in life. That is the proof of self-drive and self-motivation. Self-drive and self-motivations. You remember I decided to go to UD City to study. There were challenges. There were distractions. But I remained focused because that was the goal I had. That was the desire I had. You learned about Rutuja, right? How she scored 99.6% in 10th standard? Because she was self-driven and she was taking efforts. Is this enough? That's my question to you. Because when you are self-driven and when you take efforts, then sustaining the efforts become very easy and you can enjoy the process. Otherwise, you will feel like giving up if you are not self-driven. Hasn't it happened to you? Many times you want to study, but after a certain time you don't feel like studying. because it is not coming from within. And then you decide to study maybe another subject of yours, another topic of yours, and you can sit and keep on going for hours together, because that's when you are self-driven and self-motivated. So you already learned, in life you don't get what you desire, you get what you deserve. The bridge between this is four pillars. First is efforts, second is self-motivation, third, very important one, very important one, is refined self-motivated efforts. Because unless your efforts are refined, you won't be able to deserve what you desire. You remember we had an exercise where we discussed about Bharat at 100, that vision. Do you think it is possible if you are not self-motivated and if you are not taking any efforts? But we also need to keep on refining our efforts, because there will be challenges, there will be failures in life. But can we look at that as our friend? As APJ Kalam so beautifully said, what is failure? He says fail is nothing but first attempt in learning. First attempt in learning is failure, says APJ Kalam. So beautifully he says. Can we look at it like that and keep on improving? Because when your efforts are refined, then the failure doesn't scare you. You can laugh it out and move on in life. You don't get hurt. Very powerful tool, refined self-motivated efforts. Do you know, if you have two horses, both the horses, one horse, another horse, one horse just is a stray horse, another horse is trained. Every efforts of that horse is refined, and now there is a race, and that horse becomes the derby horse who goes on and wins and gets millions and millions. This horse doesn't get anything. This horse is refining his style, his speed, his pace, even to an extent. Do you know, even when they are crossing the finishing line, their efforts are so refined that they are taught to, if two horses are going parallel to each other and there is a finishing line, the horses are taught to poke their nose ahead so that they end up winning. And that's the champion horse. So my dear friends, in life you don't get what you desire, you get what you deserve. The bridge between desire and deservingness is these four pillars. First is efforts, second is self-motivation, and third is refined self-motivated efforts. What is the fourth one? If you have all this, is it enough? As I explained, not enough. You need to be consistent. Consistency creates habits, and habits create nature. That's why this word habitat, it means the place where you stay. Do you know something interesting? 80% of what you get in life is a result of your habits. Very important to cultivate right kind of habits, and it is only possible if you are consistent. It could be about waking up at the right time, what you decide, without hitting the snooze button of the alarm. It could be about being grateful, what we learned in the second session of Glad Man, on a daily basis for 365 days. It could be doing those breathing exercises which can really harness the real power you have within. But on a daily basis, 365 days. You know, in Keep Moving movement, we say 365 minus 1. Those of you who are good in math, tell me, 365 minus 1, how much? 364? No. In Keep Moving movement, we say 365 minus 1 equals to 0. That is not consistency. If you are consistent, then 365 is 365. Such is the power of consistency. Because when you are consistent, then you can produce miraculous results. Okay, let's look at some examples. What happens? Somebody is operated with an open heart surgery, and doctor thinks, इतने सालों से I am doing so many surgeries. Let me go on a break. Maybe let me go on a chai break while I am operating. So he is doing an open heart surgery and he goes for a chai break. What do you think is going to happen? And then he comes back with one garland, ये सोच के कि बच गया तो मेरे लिए वरना तेरे लिए. Swimming, if you are swimming in the ocean and you feel arey daily to I am like pedaling my legs and hands, now let me just be like that without pedaling my hands and legs. What will happen? You will get drowned. So many examples are like this, wherein consistency plays a very, very important role. It could be about swimming, it could be about doing a surgery, or it could be you are flying in the aircraft. And now pilot feels, for last 32 years I have been flying aeroplanes. Now, right, when you are going from one place to another place, he goes and feel like he goes for a break. Not being consistent, what do you think will happen? Now, let me give you some very beautiful examples. Yuzvendra Singh, have you heard about him? He was one of the first cricketer from Gujarat to take so many catches. He was one of the best fielder that time. He has in fact two records. One is for 5 catches in an inning and for 7 catches in a single match. He played for only 2 years though. Was it consistent? If I were to talk about best fielding, who is the best fielder in the world? What is the name which comes in your mind when it comes to cricket? Jonty Rhodes or maybe Virat Kohli. He was there only for 2 years. Consistency plays a very important role. Today, even corporates who wants to hire leaders, they don't necessarily look for people who are only very, very smart but for a short span of time. They also look for people and leaders who have performed very well all throughout their careers. Consistency in food quality, whether it is the Shev Puri Dahi Puri of Vaishali or it is the mini tiffin of A to B, my favorite. Every time I go to Bangalore airport, right after the toll on the left hand side, there is A to B and you get vada, sambar, idli, dosa and a very good shira. One of the best and one of the finest mini tiffin I have had in my life. No matter where you go in South, they will have same quality of food, same taste. Consistency, very important. If you want to prepare for marathon and if you are not consistent, what will happen? Because when you are consistent, it builds momentum, whether it is running, whether it is cycling or be it any sports. Being consistent is very, very important. You remember Rutuja? She had written next to her bed, she wants to score 99.99 and she wants to be a doctor. She had also posted that in front of her desk. And every single day, she will wake up and look at that. That consistency played played a very important role in her success. Because she was taking efforts, her efforts were self-motivated and refined, and she was very, very consistent. No matter whether it is summer or winter or rains, she still gets up, takes the bus, goes to the school, prepares well and studies. And that's what got her 99.6% in 10th standard. CRSE, consistent, refined, self-motivated efforts. In life, you don't get what you desire, you get what you deserve. And the bridge between desire and deservingness is consistent, refined, self-motivated efforts. You saw, right? Yuzvendra Singh, great performance, tenure only 2 years, not consistent. And then on another side, we have some names like Kapil Dev, Imran Khan, who have even record for throwing least number of no balls. You know what? Even when they would practice in the net, they would hardly ever throw no balls. That is the power of consistency. Now, since you know the power of CRSE, consistent, refined, self-motivated efforts, you may be wondering, सर इसको प्रैक्टिस कैसा करें? हाउ डू वी प्रैक्टिस दिस? लेट मी टेल यू समथिंग. You don't need to know, you are already doing it. Do you wake up in the morning? Yes. Do you brush your teeth? Yes. What do you do? You go to potty, right? When you go to potty, do you require efforts? Yes. Are those efforts self-motivated? और you say नहीं यार आज मेरे बदले तू जाके आ जा. Possible है क्या? नहीं है. Self-motivated efforts. Are your efforts refined? Or is it all over? Refined efforts. And most importantly, do you say आज ये हफ्ते नहीं जाता हूँ, let me take a break? Or are you consistent on a daily basis you go to potty? So you are already practicing CRSE in your life. You are already a witness to CRSE. All you need to know is to realize that this is a powerful formula and a tool wherein you can convert any desire you have and bring that in reality with this powerful tool of CRSE. I am going to conclude, but before that, do you remember when we had a session on Bharat at 100 and where we discussed the power of one? We were asked to create a video of around 1 to 2 minutes of video. Now those of you who haven't created video, you can create that video, or you can also write an essay. If you feel you can write a beautiful essay better than creating a video, I leave it to you. You can write that essay. Write a beautiful essay. What is your vision for Bharat at 100? And what is the role you are willing to play in achieving that vision of Bharat at 100? You can write all of that in form of an essay of around 250 to 300 words and send it on this number, what you have it on your screen, which is 77410 I repeat, it is 77410 It seems in United States of America, there was a boy whose name was Richard. He was a South African boy, a young boy who was brought from South Africa as a slave. And he was working in Miss Mary's house. Now once it was Miss Mary's birthday, so she called all her friends and relatives and all her colleagues to come for her birthday party. And Richard's job was to do whatever and follow whatever order Miss Mary gives. Now as the party was progressing towards the end of the party, Richard made some mistakes and Miss Mary shouted at him and yelled at him. He could not take that. And she said, after the party, whatever is left over from those plates, eat that and clean up everything. Now, in the middle of the party, she shouted at Richard, who was a slave and a black. He could not handle it. So whatever dignity he could muster, he just ran away from the house. And as he was running away, he saw some balloons going up in the sky. And he realized from where those balloons are. So as he started running, he reached the beach from where a balloon seller was releasing these balloons. When he reached, he was just observing. He realized first the balloon seller left the thread and the red balloon went up. Then he saw again, he releases another balloon and the green balloon went up. He sees, he leaves the thread, the gas balloon guy, and even the yellow balloon went up. And then he sees, he releases the thread of even a white balloon and even that goes up. Thinking that there is so much of restlessness, tears trickling down his eyes, he goes to the gas balloon guy, gas balloon seller, and asks him, Uncle, I have a question. And gas balloon seller said, what? He said, Uncle, you left a red balloon, it went up. Then you left a green balloon, it also went up. You left a yellow balloon, it also went up. And finally, uncle, you left a white balloon, it also went up. Uncle, I have a question. You have black balloon. If you release that thread, will it also go up? Gas balloon seller was a wise man. He realized what happened. He immediately called the boy and he keeps his hand on his bat, on his shoulder, and says, "Son, what makes balloon goes is what is inside the balloon. So it doesn't really matter what is the color of the balloon, what is the shape of the balloon, what is the size of the balloon. What really matters is what is inside the balloon." And all the balloons, whether it is red balloon, green balloon, yellow balloon, white balloon, and even black balloon, they are all made up of same inside stuff, which is air. My dear friends, aren't we all made up of same inside stuff? Aren't we all made up of same inside stuff? What is our inside stuff? Do you remember our first session? This inside stuff, what is inside this balloon, which is making it go up for all of us, is nothing but those powerful stories we tell ourselves. This is nothing but those glad man, those four qualities of gratitude, four qualities of glad man: gratitude, laughter, ambitions, developments. This is nothing but realization that I am the one and there is a power of one. And it is nothing but those techniques and formulas which we learned in the last session when it comes to harnessing our own power and unleashing the potential through breathing. And my dear friends, what is inside those balloons is making it go up. That desire that that balloon should go up, and that fact that it goes up is also those four letters CRSE: consistent, refined, self-motivated efforts. This balloon is made up of same inside stuff. All of us have the same inside stuff. Doesn't really matter which school, which college, which city, which language I come from or I speak. What really matters is to realize that we are all made of same inside stuff. Because that is when we can really convert all our desire into deservingness. Because you remember today we learned, it was my own examples, Rutuja's examples. We learned that in life we don't get what we desire. What we get is what we deserve. And the bridge between this is consistent, refined, self-motivated efforts. And from that gas balloon story, we are all made up of same inside stuff. So let's make our desires come true. Let's do everything what we can to bring all our desires into reality, which are the right desires. Let's do everything what we can to bring all our desires and goals and the success what we have dreamed of into reality, because now we have all the tools from session number 1 to session number 5. With this, I want to wish all of you the best. May all your desires come true. So, now you know all the powerful formulas and all the secrets, right? What we are going to do is this. We are going to write down one area where you will implement CRSE: consistent, refined, self-motivated efforts. It could be anything. It could be about your health, it could be about your wealth, it could be about your studies, career. I leave it to you. In my case, I want to apply CRSE when it comes to my health and fitness. In this year, from starting today, I want to ensure that I don't go and visit a doctor or a hospital for any health issues. For that, I am committed to practice CRSE: consistent, refined, self-motivated efforts. Which is that area where you are going to practice this? Please write down that area where you will be applying CRSE, and then you will be emailing this to us at contact@mykmm.org. I repeat, please email that one area of your life wherein you will be applying CRSE to contact@mykmm.org. May you achieve all your goals, and may you implement and internalize this mantra of success which we began with, and may you all achieve the success what you all dreamt of by practicing this formula of consistent, refined, self-motivated efforts. Thank you so much, and until then, take care.